What do you need to know if you want to sell cleaning products or cleaning supplies to your clients? You know, that was a question that we had somebody ask. I'm sure I probably did a video on it. I got over 500 videos, I think, total. But I thought I'd do another video on this because it's a great question. Many of us, when we first get started in our cleaning companies, we're just going out and getting any types of jobs that we can get. And one of the things that we often forget about is that there's other ways for us to make money, easy money. And one way is to just go ahead and sell restroom supplies, consumables to our clients. So I'm talking about toilet paper, hand towels, soaps, those types of things. They're items that they need, and they're buying them from somebody, so why not buy them from you? So here's some things that you have to know if you want to offer that service. First of all, you're going to have a tax ID number. That's the very first thing, because you're going to have to collect sales tax. Very few cities or counties or states, don't charge a sales tax on a lot of these items. So that's why you want to check with your local government to find out, if there is a sales tax in your state, in your city, in your county. You have to know that because you're going to have to charge a sales tax. So, for example, what we did is we had a customer in 2 different cities within the same state, and mind you that they're only 3 miles apart. So one of them we didn't have to charge a city sales tax. The other one we did. So you have to always check into that to make sure that you're charging the proper sales tax for the services that you're offering. And many times you're going to have to pay sales tax on these consumable products. But we're collecting it from the client. We're not paying it ourselves. The client's paying for it. They're paying the sales tax. So first thing you have to do is you have to get yourself a tax ID number. Now the other thing to do is when you're thinking about selling these consumables is always go into the janitor's closet or the restroom and take photos, videos, or whatever of the products that are on the walls or on the shelves. Now that's the primary reason for that is because you have to make sure you're comparing apples to apples. Don't make the mistake that you're going to go in and offer somebody a better quality paper than what they're currently using. You don't want to use that. You don't want to do that. Compare apples to apples. So typically, if you can get into the supply closet, they generally will have cases of product there, such as toilet paper, hand towels, and soaps and stuff. Well, there you can just take a photo of the box, and you'll have all the information that you need. And then when you go to your supplier to purchase these items, you can compare apples to apples, knowing that it's a 2-ply toilet paper short sheet, or if it's an 800-foot roll or a 1,000-foot roll, or the same thing is true as if it's a paper product, a paper hand towel. Now, the paper hand towel, it could be a center pull, it could be a multi-fold, it could be a single fold, it could be white, it could be bleached. There's a lot of different things that you got to think about when you're pricing your consumables. So those are the things that you have to do. You got to get your sales tax, and you got to be able to identify the product that you're going to be selling, so you can offer pricing based on apples to apples. Again, the paper it can get very difficult, but the best thing to do is to study this. Then you'll learn. You may have a standard roll of toilet paper, and maybe it's a short sheet. It may not have 500 sheets. It might have something less, or the sheets could be 500 sheets, but they're short sheets. So you have to know what kind of toilet paper that you're going to be selling to the customer, based off of what you found in their supply room or restroom. And in some cases, what I often did is I often just took a sample. Took a hand towel, took a piece of toilet paper. That way I was able to examine it, especially if I couldn't find any cased boxes or any information on it. That always come in very helpful, because then I was able to just examine it and know, well, first of all, was it bleached or white? That's a pretty obvious thing. But your bleached towels are going to cost you more. That's a given. And then it's all about, how many plies is it? Is it 1 ply, 2 ply, 3 ply, 4 ply? What is it? Your hand towels, your toilet paper and everything will have a different weight to it, and different absorbency. You know, I'm sure you've probably gone into a restroom and you've gone to the hand towel dispenser, you pulled out some paper and it's kind of crinkly. Well, that's inexpensive hand towels is what those are. You know, and you use twice as much or 3 times more to dry your hands because it doesn't do a very good job of drying your hands. Then on the flip side, you've probably gone to a restroom and you've probably seen an in-motion dispenser to where you dispense your 1 foot of towel or something like that there, and it's a heavier grade towel, and it really does a decent job of drying your hands, but you generally always got to use 2 or 3 towels just to dry your hand. But you know, that's what we have to know. We have to know those things in order to know what we're going to be selling to our client. And again, you know, apples to apples. Same thing is true for your hand soaps, because you'll have bulk soaps that will come in gallons, and you'll have foam soaps that will come in liters. You know, they'll just be a box. You could have just standard soap in a box too, but you have to know what type of soap it is. Is it just a lotion soap? Is it a foaming soap? You know, and how big of a container do they have? So that's why in a lot of cases too, open up the dispensers if you go into the restrooms. Go to the hand soap dispenser and open it up and be able to see and take a picture of that cartridge, because that cartridge will tell you if it's 800 mil or 1000 mil or whatever it is, and it may even also have the name of the product and so on and so forth. So you want to do that. And if it doesn't, and you're just looking at the countertop, the countertop in the bathroom, and it just has a dispenser, well then just look underneath the counter, and that's typically a bulk soap that you would fill from there. That'd be just from a gallon. And those are typically your cheaper prices for your bulk soap, is that type of dispenser. So that's what you want to do. You've got to make sure that you get your tax ID number and know your product, so you're comparing apples to apples. And then what you do is you go to your supplier. And I always say have 2 suppliers. Now they both may or may not handle paper products or can liners. Now can liners is another one. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But if you go to your suppliers, you know, you want to have an idea of how many cases of product that you're going to go through, because that's all they care about. They just want to know, well, how many cases of product are you going to buy from us per month, because then they'll base your pricing off of that. If you're only going to buy in 1 case of product, well, then you're going to have a higher price. You know, and eventually at some point, if you continue to do this with all your clients and your accounts, well, it could be to where you're going to need a half a truck. You know, that's where you're going to get your best pricing, is half a truck and truckloads. So that's what you want to do. So you can go to your supplier, you can go to a redistributor. You know, Gas Sweet is one of the big ones, and there's a few of them out there. But you know, always check around your suppliers and see who can give you the best price based off of what you need, and that's what you need to do. Again, they're going to ask you, what kind of product do you want? You know, okay, it's a toilet paper, great. Okay, what is it? Is it a standard roll? Is it 1,000 foot? Is it, what is it? So they need to know that. The same thing with your hand towels. They need to know if it's a center pull or a multi-fold, or if it's a roll towel, even if it's 800 or 1,000 foot, or bleached white. What is it? Because otherwise they can't give you a price if they don't know what product it is that you need. So do that, and also, like I say, about the can liners. Now everybody's going to need can liners. You need large collection bags, 55 gallons, 45 gallons. And then you're going to need medium-sized trash cans for like your kitchens and break rooms, and then you need your smaller ones for your regular trash cans, which could be 5 to 8 gallons. It all varies, but you're going to have your small, medium, and large, and those are all items that you can sell back to the client, because you don't want to be paying for your own can liners. You have to be collecting it from the client. They got to be paying for it. So again, now this is altogether a different game here too now when you talk about can liners, because you have low D and you have high D. So it's high density and low density. And there's a difference. You know, one will puncture and zipper on you very, very easily, and the other will puncture and it won't zipper on you. So typically, you know, that's where your low D bags are. That's what they'll do, is that you can puncture them and they won't run on you. And you know, and I've done videos on this too. Geez, many years ago, did a video on this subject. So maybe if you just do a search on the YouTube and you know, see if you can find it, you'll see an entire video I did just on can liners and how to select them. But again, we have to know what kind of products that we're buying. So when we go to the supplier, we can tell them that, you know, we want a 45-gallon high D bag, you know, pack 300 or 100 or whatever it may be, and then they'll be able to give us a price on it. So now, once you got your pricing, what you can do is you can actually, you know, add 5 to 15% to it. Now, it all depends on how good a pricing you get. You know, you don't want to price yourself out of the market or, you know, out of competition. But, you know, it's easy money. All you're doing is you're just placing the order. You're managing it. I mean, it's very, very simple. You're going into your janitorial closet. You're just looking to see what you need and ordering what you need. You know, nowadays there's just apps. You just enter in the app what you need. It goes to your supplier. Your supplier delivers it to your janitorial closet, and your team or yourself puts it on the shelf, and then you dispense it. It doesn't get any easier than that. You know, we did that for all of our accounts, and I used to have a nickname called Easy Money because, you know, you got to remember, I was doing this, you know, 25 years ago, and you know, it was easy money. You know, it was very easy to manage this and to help our clients out and make sure that they never ran out of toilet paper or hand towels. Pretty simple. But hopefully this gives you some insight on what you need to know when you're thinking about providing or selling consumable products such as toilet paper, hand towels, and soap to your clients. Again, it's easy money. So do a little research, learn the products, and you'll be fine. And make sure you get that tax ID number and know how much you got to charge for tax, sales tax. Because if you're not collecting it, at some point somebody's going to be knocking on your door asking you to pay that tax you didn't pay for all that time. So, and you don't want that. So anyway, hopefully you found this helpful. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And as usual, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. So until next time, keep it clean up there.